Capricorn. Hey. Channeled some messages for you guys. Find out what you need to know at this time. And I got not the greatest to start off with. Lies, manipulation, work, friends, coworkers, office romance, family struggles, focus on self, adjusting perspective. And then feed me no lines or something like that, and then keep your hands to yourself. That song, got a little change in my pocket going jangling-a-lang. That it's old ass song. And then Candy Shop by 50 Cent. So here we go. Anywho, this doesn't feel like it's new to you. This is not news, okay? I was worried I was about to be breaking some kind of really bad news to somebody. No. I just heard I know what the F face did. Yeah, somebody knows. So it's right now, you could be having trouble traveling, getting away, doing something, feels like trying to come into, possibly get out of some type of like toxic, unhealthy household, lifestyle, okay? You could have, you may or may not have children, could be trying to get away from someone who has narcissistic tendencies. I pulled some cards for overall theme after I channeled the messages, and as they popped out one by one, I was like, oh boy, yep, that's, whenever I get a message like that, I always kind of hope I'm wrong. It's not a fun message, but we're going to get some tarot, okay? But it looks like focusing on yourself, what you want to call in, what you want to attract, okay, eventually ends up in a very good place. Okay, that's what the energy is saying right now, all right? The overall situation is the situation you're in is not healthy. You are either dealing with someone who's very controlling, manipulative, never wrong, they deflect, gaslight, the whole shoot and shebang, okay? And it's like you are praying or you could be meditating, manifesting, praying, you could be doing all of the above and more to try to get you away from, I just heard numbnuts, to try to get you away from this situation, this person, okay? I just heard you want better. You want more for yourself. You're not going to, okay, I'm getting a lot of messages. You're not going to put up with something. No, I just heard nope. Not a chance in hell. Yeah, you're not confused about that. Doesn't feel like you're confused about that. But something's going to screw up someone's reputation. The community, their job. Something's going to have a detrimental impact on the one that did you wrong. Well, you don't care about that either. I just heard nope. Well, I mean, that's your challenge and obstacle, right? Is trying to navigate something with someone who, I'm telling you, it looks like you created maybe children with, or some type of investment, okay? They feel immature too. Like not emotional. They're like emotionally immature. They're very stuck on their own desires and needs, etc. For guidance, you got the feminine, abundance, empress energy, queen card, etc. I mean, that basically says to me, remember who the fuck you are. And, you're not chasing, you're healing, you're nurturing, get into like your creative flow, manifesting, being grounded, attracting energies. So to be in that type of energy, whether or not you even feel like that's you, or you even feel like it could be, going through something like that, it's really mentally difficult to kind of get your mind right again. Okay, I get that. Okay, this is very much you have to believe it to see it. So know that's who you are. Know that is you. Speak to yourself in that type of energy. Always. Because you have to be kind to yourself first. Period. And it's really hard to do. But during something like this, it is the most important. The hardest. I know we make it sound easy, but it's not hard. It's not easy. Now, you can be having the shittiest day ever. The days are arseholes. Period. Point blank. We already know that. The only thing that we can control is ourselves. So we have to give the day a good us, right? Start by doing that when something is going ridiculous, or if you feel really down, anything that seems like your mindset's starting to go to a negative place. You have to do whatever works for you to get you back into a good place, okay? I don't care what it is. Splash your face with cold water, rubber band on your wrist, snap it, okay, until you get your mind right. Whatever. I'm a person, whenever I start to do that, okay? For example, something that I do is I just say, oh, shut up. I'm the shit. I'm the baddest bitch. I'm the shit. I already know this. So thoughts, run along now. I ain't got time to listen to you today. That's how I kind of do it to myself. It's like I tend to use humor, etc. Okay. So I give myself a little pep talk, but like, a bad bitch pep talk. So whatever works for you. But staying in that energy and remembering who the fuck you are is how you move forward and call in the rest of the stuff. Because your mindset's what puts the energy out there. And it gets, it kind of gets rid of all the junk that kind of hangs out in our mindset and our energy, okay? I know it seems really weird because it's a lot of like woo-woo talk and you can't see it, but I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't done it myself. Does that make sense? Once I learned to really control my mind and allow myself to feel what I felt, to recognize it, feel it, honor that, and let it go, and remind myself who I am, no matter what my current circumstances looked like. That didn't change who I was. 11:11 on a timer. That negative thinking and that struggle started to diminish, even amongst chaos and stress and burden, etc. That alone made the load feel lighter. And I know it, when you're in the thick of it, it doesn't even make sense. How can you possibly do that? I get it. Just tell yourself, I can. Acknowledge that your situation is shitty. Acknowledge what happened to you. And then, acknowledge this isn't stopping you. And speak things as if they're happening now. I am doing this. I am this. This is happening. There's a lot of people that are like, you have to say this to make it manifest. Okay, well, okay. Have fun with that. I have found the basic point of that is it helps your mental health. And when your mental health gets better, the things around you will slowly start to get better. So all the fancy speak that everybody else says, that's basically all it is, guys. Okay? It's really that. It's that simple, but it's one of the hardest things to do. But with that, your focus is going to be being in the energy of like manifesting your counterpart. It's like you're coming back into union with yourself, but it feels like there's I got it earlier. It's like snapback. It's kind of like what goes around comes around sort of thing, but it feels like a snapback. And there's some type of removal from a situation, something being like switched up or cleared out. Yeah, there's like something really mucky in the energy, okay? Lots of it's like single-mindedness, narrow-mindedness, say as I do, not do, or do as I say, not as I do kind of info. It's this narcissistic energy. I don't understand. I can't get down with this shit, man. I don't understand that kind of thinking. It's very odd. Anywho, this is like removal from a situation. Whether you realize it or not, maybe calling things in too. Something's weird there, but that's a union within yourself, but also calling in the right energy for you. For some, you could already be doing this. I mean, it feels like I don't give a. That's the. I just heard I wish a bitch would. I don't think you're going to. Some of you might not be here yet, okay? And I get that. Be patient with yourself. There's no race to having to, look a certain way after going through something. But, it's always like, I got to get put together. I have to put off that I'm doing this. No, you can look like a fucking mess if you want to. I mean, you have to give yourself grace and allow yourself time and ebbs and flows. And right, some days are good, some days aren't, yada, yada, yada. That shit sucks, but it's part of it. But in the end, the most likely outcome that the energy is speaking right now is you're going to be very happy. And you're going to be grateful that someone, well, in a weird way, did what they did. Because now somebody else gets to worry about them. As shitty as that sounds. But this feels like it's like somebody knocking down everything you want to do. This feels like a very unhealthy situation with no growth or like the killer of your dreams. Rude. Yeah, there's stress though. There's stress. I don't know, some of you could be dealing with a lot of like shitty remarks that, like somebody knows best. Something's weird. Gotta be honest, it feels like somebody's taking out their disappointment in themselves on you to try to make themselves feel better. And they're real sure of themselves, aren't they? Somebody's real sure of themselves. Like you'll never find better. What do you mean you don't still want this? Come on. Like, it's very, it's very, like somebody thinks they're Rico Suave and they're not. I'm telling you, it's a disgusting ass energy over here. I don't understand that at all. It's very weird. Anywho, let's get into it, guys. Situation, spirit. See this faith right here? Look at that. This is that prayer. Wands are spiritual energy. For me, that's how I see them. A lot of times, the wand suits will speak of intuition, co-creating with spirit, like spiritual passion or faith being tapped in and stuff. The cup suit, yes, is like intuition, psychic abilities, and all that stuff, but that's the water. The fire is, I read it somewhere and I can't for the life of me remember exactly what it said, but it explained it for me, especially the Ace of Wands. It's very much a strong faith, passionate, excitable, thought into action. Our thinking, right, becomes what's out here to manifest, to take action on. That's spirit hears. And that's what this feels like. Man, it kind of feels like I keep getting prayer. I don't normally get that with the Ace of Wands. That's what I'm getting though. Prayer. You want some action. What are we doing? Oh, maybe. Holy shit. Yeah, that is it. I'm telling you, it's prayer. You're trying to initiate some action. You're waiting. It's like I kid you not, guys. Whomever you pray to, it's like I gave it to God. You're praying to like be released from something, for movement, right? Because you feel trapped. It's like you're praying for that to end. You gave it to... That's exactly what that feels like. The challenge, the obstacle. I mean, that is an extreme deep betrayal. That is rough. Someone is beating you down. This is not the killer of dreams? It's exactly what I just showed you. The killer of dreams. It's almost like somebody knows, like your secrets, your deepest wounds, the things that bother you deep down, and somebody is using them. They're using their words as weapons. That is deep betrayal. That's emotional and psychological abuse right there. Verbal. I mean, it's the worst kind because you can't see it. It's the worst kind of abuse. The worst kind of betrayal. It's hidden. You can't see it. It makes me so mad. I don't like seeing this kind of energy come across. Because this is not something that you can quickly move through. This does take a lot of faith and prayer. Man, you have to like release control. You have to release control. And that's hard when you're frustrated and you just want to find a way. It causes a lot of overthinking, a lot of frustration. And every time you feel like maybe you're having today is a better day or it's been going pretty good, you might end up having to see douchebag again for some reason. And it's like they keep cutting open the deep wounds. When you still have to navigate a situation, okay, and if it's possible, if you're in a serious situation, I would recommend doing your very best to find a way to call for serious help, reaching out. There is absolutely no shame in that. And sometimes that is the absolute best thing you can do for yourself, and if you have kids, for your children as well. Now, this is where you're going to have to really remember who the fuck you are and put boundaries up. Be very firm. Okay? They start to speak, if they're dropping off the kids, if they need to pick something up, whatever it is. Are you done? Are you finished? Close the door. It's going to take you having to be very cold. Like, I don't know, if you've ever seen The Vampire Diaries, turning your humanity switch off when it comes to a particular person. Not letting them see. Don't let them see your vulnerabilities, how they've affected you. And if I may offer some very solid advice that I received myself, don't explain yourself about anything. What have you been doing? Why are you doing this? Oh, that. No answer. Just nothing. Not only does it help start to minimize the interaction that they have with you, they'll stop talking to you eventually. They will give up. But you invalidate them. You take your power back from them because they will start to see they're not affecting you anymore. And once you do that, you just took the only weapon the narcissist has. No answers, no explanations, firm boundaries. That means if they come to, touch you or, hey, and how about this? And if they're trying to be friendly, don't fall for it because you already know how they're going to be. It's a simple, are you finished? Are you done? Very cold, very matter of fact. No facial expressions. It's like it's very difficult to do, but once you start to do it and you're very intentional with your thoughts and your actions around this person, it gets easier. If they get in your personal space, and it's safe. Okay, not everybody feels safe doing this, but again, if you don't feel safe doing this, the authorities should be involved. Okay, I cannot stress that enough. But if somebody tries to touch you, or they try to, oh, just one more time, you can say it'd be in your best interest to step out of my personal space immediately. If you get a, are you joking? Do not reply. Are you kidding me? You do not reply. You stated, right, what the intention, what you wanted. It was a statement, it wasn't a question. There is no further response needed from you. None. Don't look for validation from them. Try to get their attention. Try to show them that you're doing great without them. Don't do any of that, because that's what they want you to do, because you're validating the fact that they still have control and you still want their approval over something. You still want them to notice you. You cannot do any of that with someone like that. You have to you have to be a bitch, okay? I don't know. There is no nice way to say it. If they touch you, say, I will fucking break your hand if you do that again. I am not fucking joking. You have to do that. Even if it makes you tremble inside. Because that's scary, especially if you're not really used to standing up for yourself like that. But you have to. Because this is, yeah. They're causing a, man. And that's a tie, that type of weird ass trauma bond. Okay, like it's weird. Makes no sense. But it is something that happens. It's like you end up looking for peace from the person who took it from you. And when you sit down and think about that, you're like, what the fuck am I doing? But in the moment, your wounds are acting, your wounds are speaking. Like that's where all of our reactions are coming from, not from the common sense place, right? It's something that takes a lot of intentional thought, mindfulness, self-awareness, and strength. A ton of it. You don't need anybody to tell you who you are. You don't need anyone to validate you except for you. Period. It doesn't matter if somebody else notices if you've lost weight, if your hair looks good, if your ass has gotten tighter. It doesn't matter. It matters what you think. And if you still need to feel good by looking for that approval from someone else, then you need to go within and look at why. Because all that matters is how you feel about you, right? And once you're in that place and you're not responding to them, you're not being triggered by them, you're not getting defensive, you're not explaining anything, they have no control. That's when they start to downward spiral. And that's when you get your popcorn ready, because that tends to be quite comical, really. And I mean, I don't mean that to be mean, but they cannot stand losing control. They cannot. They lose their shit. The guidance, I'm telling you. You see that? The Empress is abundance. They attract. Do you see this? This is somebody who goes within. They listen to their intuition. They have to make a tough decision. But they're not looking for outside validation. You see that? You are the abundance. You are. No one else. They didn't want to see that. They didn't want to see that truth. You have to realize that truth. You have to make the tough decision to choose yourself. Even if it means you have to step out of your comfort zone, the road's going to be a little rocky. I'm not sure how the hell I'm going to do it. Don't worry about that. Those aren't. Focus on the now, the present, one step at a time. You keep your faith. There's always going to be like a stepping stone there the next time you make a step. Does that make sense? But you have to remember who you are and choose you. You have to choose yourself. If you don't choose yourself in this situation, you are, there's no nice way to say it. You're abandoning yourself. You're sacrificing yourself. You're telling you, and if you have kids, your kids and the rest of the world, that you're not worthy. Unless you're with this person, or unless this person loves you, or because how could you possibly be worthy of all that on your own? But you are that. You are the Ten of Pentacles. Look at this. Abundance. The Empress, the divine feminine energy, is the abundant energy. That's the energy that attracts, that nurtures, that things flourish and grow in. Not the masculine Emperor energy. This energy. You can do bad all by your damn self. But only if you believe it yourself. You have to believe it yourself. That is non-negotiable. It is not easy. It's not easy. Okay. Especially when you've got all that, emotional, psychological wounding that you've been through. It's not easy. But it is worth it. And screw blowing everybody else's mind. You'll end up blowing your own mind if you do that. In everything, no matter what it is, choose yourself. Choose you. Your morals, your values, your integrity. You. Don't sacrifice you for another adult. I mean, especially man. Sorry, guys, but that's just absurd. It gives them all the power. No, you keep your fucking power. No one gets your power. Even when you go into another relationship, you keep your power. You combine it with another's. And that's how you get, the dynamic duo. But keep your power. You give that shit away. Yep, focus. You see what that is? Feeling like you're missing out on something. Feeling like you're not good enough. Feeling ho-hum. Well, I guess that's it for me. No, it's not. No, it's not. Get out of that energy. There's over 8 billion people in this world. You're cutting out a narcissist. Whether they have that clinically diagnosed or they just have the tendencies, okay? I'm speaking more of their actions, how they portray themselves to be. You're cutting that out. It's like going to the doctor and having an ugly wart removed. You're not missing out on anything. You're gaining. So you have to get out of this mindset of like, I'll never find better. I missed out on an opportunity. Oh, I'm not good enough. It's not easy. I know it sounds easy, right? I'm just saying it like it's no big deal. Hell no. It's one of the toughest damn things you'll do. Because they get you indoctrinated into all their BS. When they say like, emotional abuse, verbal abuse, etc., it's mind games and it's a mind F. Because that's exactly what it is. It rewires your brain. It's so screwed up. And the only way to get that back right is by cutting them off and putting in the boundaries and doing the damn thing. But you have to believe in yourself. Non-negotiable, y'all. I don't give a shit if you've been wearing pajamas for 7 days in a row, 14 days in a row. I don't give a shit. You're not running around outside bare ass naked, running around like a crazy person, okay? If you got out of bed and that's all you could do, hell yeah, slap yourself on the ass and be like, go girl, because that shit's hard. It's hard. You need to give yourself credit for absolutely every single win. Don't put roses on top of shit and walk around and be toxically positive and optimistic because you think that's the way it has to be. Absolutely no. You let it hurt, you let it heal, you let it go. You validate the fucking feelings. Did it suck? Absolutely. Sure did. It was bullshit. But you know what? I did this. I'm not letting them get to me anymore. I'm not talking to them. I'm not reacting to them. I am cold. I speak as little as I possibly have to. No explanations, no replies, no rebuttals, no nothing. I took all of my fucking power back. So even if this day was shitty, even if it's been, a shitty month, a shitty 6 months, whatever, and I have never been this stressed, I took all my power back. So every day I'm giving the day a good me. Not how you perceive it. Not, oh, I'm not good enough and I'm not doing enough. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. By whose standards? Because you set them yourself. Fuck society. That shit's bullshit anyways. Made up. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to be healed in a certain amount of time. You don't do shit like that. You do what the hell you want to do. What other people matter is what they think is none of your business. And by not paying any attention to that, you're raising your vibration. Outcome. Well, you're either showing your skills off for something here. You're getting recognition for what you're doing. And whatever you're building, thank you, Spirit, that's what it is. You're going to be receiving recognition for whatever, for you building your foundation. And you're going to be able to use that knowledge and help other people do exactly what you did, to help them find their power, their skills, what lights them up, what makes them happy. It's like you're going to find your own little happy place. That turns into that. But you already know what it takes. And if you work on that, it's not going to change in a day. You have to be patient with yourself and continue doing it. Ebbs and flows. It's going to be up and down. Sometimes it's going to suck. Sometimes it's not. That's just how it goes. Above everything, be patient with yourself. Give yourself grace. When you're talking to yourself, stop and say, whoever you love the most, okay? Your best friend, your kids, your whatever. Would I talk to them this way? If not, then shut the fuck up and stop talking to yourself like that. That's how I did it. That's what worked for me. Okay. But that's kind of the gist of how I got myself to understand that concept, okay? Yeah, you can't see something now, but it's the unveiling. It's being on your own, working on something, waiting, thinking, being patient, coming up with ideas, waiting for it to grow. Knight of Cups, Four of Wands, the Empress. The hidden? What they don't see. Well, you don't know your own strength until you're tested. That's for damn sure. But something was a strategy. I just heard if you knew the full truth, it'd be easier to let go. There's a strategy. The Five of Swords, there's a payment with someone else. Somebody took a payment for something. Somebody got incentive to do something. There's a strategy here. And I do not know why my throat's like that. Tell me more, Spirit. I don't know why my throat is like that. Kissing ass. This came out sideways. I just heard don't take them back. Don't take them back. That conflicted. The hot and cold. It's like the sweet and the sour, the hot and the cold, the multiple choices. The kissing ass. It's sideways. This is giving like, cut them off. I'm talking cold. Okay? Damon Salvatore, humanity switch off. Cut them off. And it feels like you're almost there. But they're on the, it's like there's some kind of precipice where they're kind of losing their own allure. Their own. And this came out on there. Something shocking. Like they don't expect you. They don't expect you. I'm telling you. They think you're fucking pretending. They think you're bluffing. They don't think you're going to walk away from them. Like you're nothing without me. Look at that. I said you think you're nothing without you. Look at that. Facts. Nothing. They don't think that you'll do a clean slate. Money. Excuse me. Money. Money. What things look like. Money. Money, money, money. That's what they care about. Money. That's what... Money. Cut them off, boo boo. I'm telling you. Look at. Ain't an ounce of intimacy or nothing in them. I'm telling you. It's like being sweet so they don't do this. No, y'all, free will, okay? But you can, in 6 months, you can say, I should have left when I had the chance. Now I'm more miserable than ever because they keep doing the same thing over and over again. Because I believe their lies again. Or in 6 months, you can say, I am so fucking proud of myself. And every day you continue to get stronger and they lose control over you. Because they don't think that you will do it. They think you are making shit up. That you aren't strong enough to walk away from them. That you need them. You don't need anyone but you. And if you have faith and you keep working with spirit, and I'm telling you, if you want guidance for your highest best good, absolutely no contact, intimate contact or anything with this person. No matter what they say, how they try to smooze you. You already know who they are. They've shown you who they are. I've changed. How many times have they said that? What makes this time different? Not a fucking thing. I can't even put up one finger to show how many narcissists I've seen change. That's how many I've seen change. And I was a behavioral health nurse. I've had experience with them. That's how many I've seen change. See that? They lie. That's what they do. They truly don't see anything wrong with who they are or what they are. They will forever manipulate to get what they want from whomever. It's fucked up. But the only person that can change them is them. And how is that going to happen if deep down they don't think anything's wrong with them? They think it's everybody else. And you know that. So, I don't know. That's what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope it helped. Whatever you need it to do, okay? Good luck. Be a good human. Give the day a good you. Love yourself. Choose yourself. And thank you for watching, and I love y'all. Till next time, peace.